Good morning, traders. It is 5:21 Pacific time, and I wanted to discuss Tesla one more time with you guys before the week is over. Um, Tesla has obviously been weak. No surprises there. NQ has been significantly weak also. We are again testing this area over here, the 650 area as expected. We did want a test of the 610, 620 edge, the volume edge, volume profile edge, just to find additional buyers if it does, and that is basically what is in progress currently. Now I have used this trend line before. Once I switch over to my trend lines quickly, I have used this trend line to show you the rate of descent potentially, and also you know the trend line, the areas of resistance that we are finding Tesla run into. Now, big picture, what has really been happening, as we discussed in prior videos, was, if I zoom out a little bit over here, that Tesla had been in a nice little area of balance at this 840 area, between of course 880 and 770, 780. That area broke on 17th of February, and for the 2 weeks the action has been to find and fill. Basically, find and fill. What has it been finding? It has been looking for thin prints, it has been looking for unfinished auctions, and it has been filling them. Now this looks much more filled out, but this area was completely spaced out and really thin a couple of weeks ago. Let's see if I can actually just create more of a gap on the right side. There you go. Now, it has been on a mission to find and fill. So it's been finding those areas and filling them. So it's doing a very good job filling this area here. And as I expected, we are beginning to see the initial formation of a trimodal in this area. This is really important, guys. We want Tesla to be a little bit weak, little bit weak for 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a couple of weeks even more. Weakness in this area, essentially in this area, means this area will get filled, and that's how it works, right? If you're weak in a certain price level, you have to go below to find support, and that's a good thing. If we can fill out this patch over here, the 700, 720 patch, once we get a significant bounce up from the 610, 620 area, that would be a very good thing that we can see happening, because that would indicate that Tesla has found significant support in this area, tested for long-term holders in the 600 area, 600 edge, 610 edge, and is ready to come back and step back into this area of balance, which it was in since January, right? So January and February was spent here, and then now we are spending the second half of February and potentially a couple of weeks into March here. We don't obviously want any area of balance over here. We don't want it balancing here for too long, the 575 area, because the more you balance in these areas, the more potential wick opportunities develop for these thin prints over here, which again becomes screaming buys, fantastic buys for Tesla, but it kind of plays havoc with the folks who are holding long-term calls in this zone. Now people are holding long-term calls, 6, 7, 8 months, 1 year, whatever. They're going to see significant value depreciation in the intrinsic values of their options when it comes to testing 538 and potentially the 500 hard stop area that I've been talking about. Probably worth marking that as well. Again, yeah, I cleaned my charts out, guys. I'm drawing these one more time just so I can actually make sense of the chart. There was too much text on there. So we're talking about different steps, right? Last time. So step one was to come and find and fill these unfinished auctions, which it has done a good job here. Step two was to go find the edge one more time, the edge being the 620, 610 area. But first stop was always this edge, 650, which we are now getting. It does come back to the underlying strength in NQ, and I would say both in the ES as well. We want the overall market to start to reject the lower balance and go up, and then Tesla buyers will find an excuse to come together, strength and unity, right? Strength in numbers. Right now, sellers have the buyers, scurrying about a little bit, and it kind of sees this weak W formation, and then people have different names for these falling cup, whatever kind of handle and cup, whatever. This is too many out there for me to go into, but ultimately it's about finding and filling unfinished auctions, and it is about finding large areas of balance where price is accepted. Value means acceptance, right? So if the value of Tesla is here in this area, the normal distribution potentially that will develop. Right now it's a little bit of a B for boy kind of shape, B shape, which means that larger volume is in this area, and less is in this area. So that's kind of skewed this way, which we don't like, generally speaking. What we want to see is full normal distribution, which eventually can happen. That's okay. But it's not happening right now. Right now, we're seeing significant activity between 680 and the 650 area for now. And this obviously includes the times past as well. So it might not be, for that, I'll have to go kind of short on the time. If I go 30 days, 30 minutes, then we see a better normal distribution that I've been talking about, as you can see over here. Now this is better. I still don't like the shape. It is still somewhat. These two nodes are fairly okay. 712 and 688 are fairly okay in terms of there's equal in strength, but yeah, we do want the normal distribution starting to shape up. Of course, we remain in a downtrend channel, as you can see here. The uh, um, and we are kind of tracking to between the, what is it, the 1.5 st I use on this. Let me just check it. Oops, what is this one? This is the 1.2 and 30. Yeah, so 1.2 standard deviation and 30 period on a 30-minute standard deviation channel, tracking fairly okay. But we do want to see this start to flatten out and move up now once NQ starts to find support, hopefully in the 12,500 area. Yeah, we might have a little bit more left to go for NQ. The 12,500 area was already tested overnight, so it has become an overnight range, overnight low for us, which is not a bad thing, because I always expected the 12,390 and 12,500 to be a significant test for NQ for a hold, and then move back up into the 13,400, 13,500 area of balance. Before it obviously takes out its ATH at 13,900 over the next couple of months or what have you. But for all those people talking about rotation out of tech, yeah, it's all great. Like these narratives, I'm kind of sick of hearing this kind of stuff. Whenever the Nasdaq is weak, whenever the tech is weak, people start talking about rotation, and then um, 3 months down the line, you hear nothing from the same people, because Nasdaq is at its all-time high, or Tesla has taken out 900. So yeah, whatever, man. Like whatever floats everyone's boat as far as understanding and interpreting the market. I don't really care. I'm just interested in volume profiles, distributions, unfinished auctions, finding and filling, finding edges, bouncing off of them, etc., etc. That's how I interpret price and value transitions. Price follows value, guys. So if there is value in the 690 area, I don't care who's rotating out of where or what is rotating out of where. Don't really care. If there is value at 700, and if we find a normal distribution, especially if you find toward the end of the balancing, and if you find a P shape, a P for peanut, what we're then looking to see is a move up. And the rest of the world can rotate themselves into industrials, I don't care. But if this starts to move back into value, we will see 846 magnet come back into play. So that's how I think about Tesla and the Nasdaq in general. For those folks who are concerned about, obviously, rotation out of Nasdaq, feel free to sell everything, guys. Good luck. Good luck investing in steel. But anyway, that's our early morning Tesla analysis, guys. So in terms of what has already happened, now what should happen next is this close was obviously a bearish close, completely dependent on technically on what was happening in the NQ. Here, I would like to see. Let's see what the overnight action is. 654. So we're about in this area as well, pre-market. Now, I would like to see a test of this 620 and a strong rejection. There are some single prints here. Now, of course, the top of the single prints will act as a little bit of a support. But if the unfinished auction finishes here, 620 should become support for us, or 600, and come back into this little magnet area, the HVN, the 688, with potentially a move next week into 712. Let's see how that works out, guys. We can only look at what's been happening. and where price has found acceptance. These HVNs represent areas of acceptance, areas of balance. So we would like the price to move back into the upper areas, filling all the gaps and what have you that has left in its wake. So that's what I'm expecting from Tesla. I do not have any options plays going on right now. I did purchase one here, but I did scratch it. Yesterday. They didn't have too much time to load up a little bit. In any case, it was on a downtrend. So I obviously in when we haven't found this channel flattening out, there's no point in weeklies, right? That expire in 2 days. You don't have much time. But I'll say that I do have a little bit collateral still left. I believe I liquidated everything except for one which I purchased here on this up bar, but then it obviously went red. But again, that was just like 1.5 or something, even lower, I think. So my cost basis is really low, but I thought, why not? Why not? We're at an edge. Um, and NQ I know would be a little weak towards the end, but it doesn't hurt to invest 1.5 in an option. Let's just say that I could potentially have a 2x return if this HVN magnet, kind of worked out. Anyway, guys, so that was my play. It is still pending. I can provide an update on Friday as to what happened to that weekly option play. But that's Tesla for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, guys. Thank you. Bye.